Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 11th Annual Congressional International Women's Day 2023. This event is hosted by the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition and the Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force. My name is Shri Gurusamy, and I will be your host along with
Sita Bala.
Again, a warm welcome to everyone.
Welcome to everyone. There is Congress.
Welcome, Honorable Congressman Danny K. Davis.
We have with us Theoma Romero, who is a leading women advocate, not only in Illinois, but she also spread her wings to Washington, D.C. Theoma Romero is the first woman chief of staff for our living legend, Congressman Danny K. Davis, who has been servicing us for the last 28 years. Theoma is a fierce advocate for women's rights and also served as a deputy director of labor under the previous governor, Pat Quinn. And she is currently pursuing a doctorate in public policy. And she has made Congressman's office both in DC and Illinois up to date in terms of technology. Which is befitting our theme today, Digital Innovation and Technology for Gender Parity. Please put your hands together for Congressman Danny K. Davis' office, Chief of Staff, Theoma Romero. I request Mrs. Neha Karkara to present her a flower.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Good afternoon. I wasn't expecting to make remarks today, but I am very happy I was asked to do that, partly because I am a woman. And, they always say, we are women, hear us roar, right? So I am a woman. And then I thought about Women's International Day and what it means to me. And I looked at my background, my ancestry, on Ancestry.com, and I saw a lot of people like you in my ancestry. And I think that's generally the case for many of us. We have a lot of all of us connected to each other. I was looking at a television series the other day, watching a television series the other day, and the scholar said there's about 7 continents initially created where all of us come from. But the main one is on Africa, on the African continent, and then we kind of spread out everywhere. And I am delighted to say that I'm one of those persons too that came from. My ancestry is from Africa, like a lot of us. And it's so great to see so many women here, of different backgrounds, and we all have different stories to share. And it means something to the fabric of our society and to the people of the United States of America. It has been my pleasure to represent Congressman Danny Davis as his Chief of Staff. I have worked with the Congressman for about 20 years. When he ran for Congress in '95, I was his campaign press secretary. And I've been attached to him since. And once, BJ can attest to this, once you get attached to him, it's hard to let go. You just, our entire office, I believe 75% of our office are women. Myself, our district director, our deputy district director, our constituent services person. Just 75% of us are running Congressman Davis, right? We're running the office. And so our views are reflected in the policies that we represent. Congressman Davis has been very helpful. That's an understatement in helping children, especially foster children around the country, women in prison, marginalized folks from all over the world come into our office and say, hey, can you help me? and we're ready, able, and willing to help. And it has been my pleasure to work with many of you in this room. I've seen you at different events and activities over the years, and I was telling a friend of mine that I just met from the Department of Labor that we started this committee maybe about 20 years ago. And look at VJ now. We're in Washington, D.C. at the Rayburn House office building. How far have we come? And I think this is the second year we've done this event on Capitol Hill or on this complex. And it's a pleasure to be here. And thank you so much. And I look forward to the activities today.
Thank you, Chief of Staff Tumia Romero.
I now request Mr. Brian Pasternak, the administrator of the Office of Foreign Labor Certification, which is one of the agencies under the Department of Labor, to come and say a few words on this International Women's Day. I work for the department, and I'm proud to say we have a lot of women in our office. Welcome, Brian.
We are an office of diversity, that's for sure. I didn't expect to actually be sitting at the front table at all. I came at the invitation of Sita, and I just wanted to say very quickly that she is a bright light in our office. She is an extremely hard worker, and I'm proud to support her here as a part of this great effort. And I appreciate meeting the Honorable Congressman Davis as well and his Chief of Staff. And I just want to say to the ladies and the women who are being recognized today that your accomplishments are respected, and they are well worth it, and I look forward to actually participating in this event with you. So, thank you. Thank you.
Namaste, I'm Samara Tharakakra. I bring blessings from all to Mother Shakti, American multi-ethnic family. Sevamangla Mangale, Shivsata Satake, Shangitam Gori Narayani Namostute. In Sanskrit, this means happiness and goodness for all. Happy Holi, everyone. Today we celebrate girls and women of all colors. On International Women's Day, I'm excited to invite here and talk about girls and women. Thank you, Congressman Danny Davis, Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, Congressman Jackson, Congressman Raja for inviting me here. I'm so grateful for Dr. Vijay and the Global Eye family for inviting me here. I love you, Mom and Dad. My mom works for Girls and Women's Rights. I'm here to speak about Sheroes for Girls and Girls for Sheroes. Sheroes are extraordinary women and like you who changed the world. What does the number 130 million mean to you? Think. 130 million girls did not make it to school in 2022. That's almost 1/3 of the USA population. Why? Girls are valued less. Their families are poor. They can't send their daughters to school. Some of them live in countries in war like Afghanistan and Ukraine. Some have no food and poor health. Some are not safe when they walk to school. Girls don't get computers to study online as compared to boys. I'm here to speak about what I've learned from Sheroes all over the world. 31 Sheroes celebrating Women's Her Story Month. I believe in education. Swearing Kanta, my grandmother, who was the first woman in my family to go to college and have a career. I believe every girl should choose where they want to sit, as Rosa Parks fought for a seat on the bus that changed America. I believe you can help people as this Sacagawea who save lives. I'm Haley Lammer. I'll use every Wi-Fi, GPS, and Bluetooth to spread the messages of equality. I'm Clara Bonton. Inspires me to create the American Red Cross to help people in need, like my Buwa, who works people in slums. I love Lily Prabhakar for selfless care to children in India. I will sail through the rough seas of inequality as Rai Montigi showed us to sail into equality. I'll go where no woman has gone before, as Sally Rye and Dr. Ellen Ocha, who broke pathways into the universe. I'll write poems inspired by Sarojini Naidu and Maya Angelou. I want to write notes to end injustice as Anne Frank. Yes, I'll vote as Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Stanton. They marched on the us to make a reality for us. Equality, equality for all, they shout as they march. I'll paint colors of happiness as Frida Kahlo. I'll dig research of discover and change human life as Nobel Peace Prize woman Marie Curie. I'll inspire noble deeds of equality for all as Bretna von Suttner inspired the creation of the Nobel Peace Prize and the first woman to receive it. I'll clear the vision of inequality as toasted Dr. Patricia Vaugh gave us all. I will make sure no women and girls with disabilities are left behind no matter what, as Helen Keller showed us. I want to dance the rhythm of happiness as Rukmini Devi when she brought back Bharatanatyam dance. I'll stand against all odds as President Murmu, a tribal woman leader of India. I will be the president of the USA, inspired by our beloved Vice President Kamala Harris. I'll demand and deliver justice as Sonia Sotomayor, making equality a right for all girls and women. I'll set records as Alice Coachman, and yes, I'll play sport as an equal as forceful as Serena Williams and Sania Mirza. I'll stand with Harriet Tubman against slavery of any kind, and she will be featured on the $20 bill soon. I want to jazz it up and sing songs as Ella Fitzgerald. I'm going to fly into the open skies as Amelia Earhart. I'm going to live with harmony with Mother Nature as Jane Goodall, and I will speak up as could Bruce Senner. I want to be a teacher that make girls and boys wise and equal as my teachers Miss Wicker and Miss Murray, and Principal Zadrima and Vice Principal Miss Alabama motivate me to be fair and kind every day. I'm design patterns and celebrating as my Nani Alba Bhandari, a self-made businesswoman and a fashion designer. Yes, as my mother Neha, I will stand up and fight for rights and choices for girls and women. In the end, I pay respect to the head of my family, my loving Big Nani and great grandmother we all love. Join me as we take the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Yes, justice for all girls and women, equality for all girls and women. Now I want you to place your right hand on your heart and pledge with equality with me. I pledge to ensure that all girls and women are equal. There will be no segregation for girls and women.
There will be no segregation for girls and women.
All girls and women can do whatever they choose.
All girls and women can do whatever they choose.
All girls and women are free.
All girls and women are free.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Samara. That was wonderful. And we are all very inspired by your speech. Really proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samara. That was a very profound message you had for all of us. We've all gathered here to celebrate this beautiful Women's Day event, and that is a brain behind the whole thing is Dr. Vijay Prabhakar. He's the founder of the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition and also the Multi-Ethnic, Advisory Task Force. And, he has many other outfits too. Quickly, I'm going to name it. Indian American Business Council and also the Global Digital Eye magazine. He's an internationally renowned public health expert. And, he was the first Asian and colored individual to have been, acknowledged by President Clinton administration. And he works tirelessly. He sets goals and he, works tirelessly to achieve them. He's a creative master strategist and powerful public speaker, and who excels in innovation and with his insightful acumen. Please welcome Dr. Vijay Prabhakar.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you, Sita, for that introduction. And we are so happy to be here and assembled here for the 11th Annual Congressional International Women's Day celebration. I would like to acknowledge our living legend, Congressman Danny K. Davis, when he initiated the awards, when we met in 2010 and 11, he said we must recognize the ethnic communities and minorities. So we started with having our annual, he called it the Global Congressional Community Oscars, and this year is the 12th. And then he said we must do something for women. And he owes a great deal to his mother, like every one of us. And he said, we must do. And so that's initiated the first Congressional Global Women of Excellence. One thing I must say, we used to celebrate this in Chicago, but when Tiama Romeo, who is the Chief of Staff for Congressman Danny K. Davis, the first woman Chief of Staff in 28 years of Congressman serving as the U.S. Congress. She's known usually as the Tigress in Chicagoland, and she said, come on, Dr. Vijay, we should take this to D.C. last year, and we had it in the Capitol Hill. It's a lot of significance in 2022, especially after experiencing all what you had in Capitol Hill. She said, we must do it, and last year we were there in Capitol Hill, thanks to Tiama Romeo, Chief of Staff, and this year, again, we are here at Rayburn House Building, and I'm sure when we saw little Samara here, the continuation, we're passing on the baton to the next generation. Her call to action was good, set the tone for today. And again there, I must say that Congressman Danny K. Davis is very inclusive, not only of the seniors, but he whole time tells us include the younger generation. They are not the next, they are the present generation. So thank you, Samara, for that. Thank you all for coming. And I know Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy always comes and has a time clock with him, and he says he has to leave between 5 to 4. So we'll request now, before we get into the awards presentation, we'd like all the awardees to come up, and we'd like Congressman Davis to present a special plaque to young Samara, while Raja Krishnamurthy presents a medallion to her for being the youngest person to deliver the call to action. And here, please welcome the Crown Prince, Jonathan Jackson, who's just arrived, the son of the Reverend Jesse Jackson, the U.S. civil rights leader living still who walked with Martin Luther King. So please come, sir. You have come in the right time. And also, we'd like to say we were very happy to have Mr. Brian Pasterman would join us here, Mr. Brian, from the Federal Office of Labor Certification. Sir, like you rightly said, your presence was diversity in this room on the head table. Thank you so much, Chief, for coming and joining us. So we are all inclusive here, and it's because of what you and the 3 congressmen here represents, and all of you in the room, that makes America the greatest country on the earth. God bless America. Now I'll request Indrani Duvuluri to please bring the plaque, and all of you all to come forward, and we'll have a group picture. The awardees only to please come. And please come. Yeah, Jonathan, please come here. Please come.
Hello, please move a little bit. You guys are coming in the front.
You present the rose to her, please.
Congressman Jonathan, please.
Oh my God. What is that?
All the people should be 2 feet away. Please, everybody, please.
Get the whole group, because this is the group with the Raja is leading.
Please look at here. This is a newspaper picture, please.
Going to receive, so congratulations all. And today is also a very, very special day, because we are going to have another set of awards, a very, very special set of awards, Edward and Lily Prabhakar Centenary Awards 2023. So this is something that we already got a bit of introduction already about what these awards are all about. So let's get started with the most exciting part of the event today. The Global Eye magazine, premier worldwide digital publication that reaches 42 million households, including 2 million in Chicagoland, has instituted the Edward and Lily Prabhakar Centenary Awards to commemorate the birth centenary of the parents of our chairman, Dr. VGP. Edward Prabhakar, born on March 1, 1923, is a distinguished bureaucrat, an IAS officer of Tamil Nadu cadre, an avid sportsman, cricket player for Tamil Nadu in Ranji Trophy, an All India Civil Services tennis champion, and a caring humanitarian, and also served as a chairman for the Board of Management, YMCA College of Physical Education, Chennai, for more than 20 years. ECP Prabhakar, IAS, has the honor of being chosen in 1963-1964 for the Ford Foundation Fellowship in Madison, Wisconsin, USA, and in 1970s for the Governance and Development Program at University of Sussex, UK. Edward Prabhakar, as Tamil Nadu's Education Secretary, was host to the Sportsman of the Century, Muhammad Ali, during his visit to Chennai, India in January 1980. So this is something about Mr. Edward Prabhakaran, father to our chairman, Dr. VGP, and you can see like father, like son. A little bit about Lily Prabhakaran, born on August 22, 1923, is fondly remembered as Lady of Love, having established the first home for leprosy patients, children in 1968 in the world. Children's Home of Hope is now located at Madur Royal, Chennai, and Lily Prabhakar's Children's Home of Hope has raised and educated over 5,000 orphans and leprosy patients and children during the last 50 years. And also, she has helped with arranged marriages for them and got them jobs, and they are now working in different fields. So she has made a big, huge difference in the lives of 5,000 orphans, and the 5,000 organs have become the contributing members of the society. Wow. Yes. Because with leprosy, there was a stigma that you had to stay away. So that stigma also is a big thing. And Lily Edward fought against the stigma. So this makes it extra special, like what Edward and Lily Prabhakar did. And this is the centenary. They are 100 years. So the Global Eye magazine will honor 10 persons from different walks of lives, different nations, different ethnicities every year. But today afternoon, we are honoring the 7 outstanding individuals for their outstanding achievements, and they're present here. A big round of applause for all the awardees getting awarded today. Let me start by introducing our first awardee for the Edward and Lily Prabhakaran Centenary Awards, Dr. Tariq Butt. He's a distinguished Pakistani American physician who has excelled beyond measure.
What a great pair of parents, Mr. Edward Prabhakar and Lily Prabhakar, born in 1923, and this is Centenary Award. This gives me great, great joy and pleasure by being a physician and who also served on Chicago Board of Education, because I think that, the life of Mr. Edward Prabhakar speaks for itself, that he dedicated all of his life. So thank you so much. I know it's like Women's Month, so I think it's for all Lily Prabhakar, Miss Lily Prabhakar, we'll dedicate that to you. Thank you. Yeah, they have to move on.
I would like to also invite on stage Dr. VGP as well as our representative Danny K. Davis of 7th Congressional District to present the medallion. Our next recipient of the Edward Lily Prabhakar Centenary Award is none other than the living legend, our beloved Congressman Danny K. Davis for the 7th Congressional District, Illinois. If I'm given a chance, I'm sure I can write books about his accomplishments in the last 26 years. But he is one of our beloved, longest serving congressmen. So yeah. Please
I was given the award.
Yes. We always like to hear from you.
Well, the only thing I really need to say is I thank all of you for coming to visit your house, the House of Representatives and the Senate. It belongs to you. And I must say to the delightful young lady who just gave one of the most fascinating speeches I've ever heard, and I've heard a lot of them, but I think the songwriter kind of described her. He said, "Our children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride. Let the children's laughter remind us of the way we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. You are indeed a shero." Congratulations to all of the women. Thank you.
So you can buy everything, but you cannot buy time. So keeping in mind the time, we would like to invite on stage our Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy, which means king. He is of the 8th Congressional District to receive his award, Edward and Lily Prabhakar Centenary Award. And we would like to hear your favorite speech. I know what it is.
Welcome and good afternoon. And happy International Women's Day. In my house, it's called International Bosses Day. And every day is International Bosses Day in my household. But in any case, I want to observe those 3 rules of public speaking. Be short, be sweet, and be gone. 3 points. Can you give a big round of applause to Dr. Vijay Prabhakar and the whole Global Eye team? They are just fantastic people. And, they basically do the Lord's work in terms of helping others in a time when a lot of people need help. Let's just be honest about it. And so the helpers are the ones that we look to in Congress for leadership. Secondly, this is an age of, this is an age in which we talk about 3G and 4G and 5G. But the most important G is Mataji. What does Mataji mean? Mataji are our mothers. Am I right about that? Yes. And Mataji in this case is, Vijay's Mataji that we celebrate today, somebody who did such astounding work, not just for her family, not just for Vijay, not just for his father, but for all humanity. And that's something we should always strive for. The third and final point is this. I'm here with my brothers Danny Davis and Jonathan Jackson, some of the finest members of Congress you can possibly imagine. And I want to say a special word about Danny K. Davis. Danny K. Davis is about the people. He's about the people. Whether it's his community empowerment, whether it's his bottoms-up program, whether it is everything that he does through the child tax credit and through the Ways and Means Committee, if there is a way, he will mean to get it done. Am I right about that? And so that's what I think of. He is the way and he is the means. And so that's why he is the perfect person that we honor and we cherish. And Jonathan Jackson, he is one of those folks that grab a hold of him, this kite is rising. So with that, I just want to close with my favorite saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. And so I'm honored and blessed to be with you here to celebrate you, to celebrate women, to celebrate my colleagues, to celebrate VGP and the whole team, and to celebrate how together we are going to make America and the world a better place. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Raja, for your eloquent words. Now we have our representative, Jonathan Jackson, of 1st Congressional District, receiving the honor for Edward and Lily Prabhakar Centenary Awards. He is the Crown Prince. He is the Crown Prince, the son of the living U.S. civil rights leader. All right, Sean, why the Lingam, please, on the stage, kindly. He is from Los Angeles, and he has Sri Lankan immigrant connections, and he is a part of our AMEC
Sean, please.
coalition as well.
Hello, everybody.
About Shan Vaidalingam, he is from Los Angeles, who is an ardent promoter of global business. Yeah, all right. Please speak a few words.
Thanks, Dr. Vijay Prabhakar and his wonderful team for honoring me in front of the distinguished House representatives of Illinois. I appreciate and admire the leadership of Dr. Vijay Prabhakar and propose him to run for public office, where I wish him to be the next Lieutenant Governor of Illinois State, where he got amazing political contacts and support. In 2030, I campaigned for Los Angeles Mayor Rick Garcetti, and we made him the winner despite President Clinton endorsed his strong opponent, Wendy Gruel. In 2020, I supported President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris from California through the delegate of California Democratic Party, although I'm a strong supporter of the Republican Party. In 2022, I supported Congresswoman Karen Bass for Los Angeles Mayor against her strong opponent, Rick Caruso. Thank you once again for giving me an opportunity to speak where I'm not a good speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shan Vaidilingam. Now we are going to be presenting the top 20 Global Women of Excellence Awards. So I request the congressmen to take their seat. We have 20 outstanding women of excellence, and the first one I invite is Dr. Joanne Hill. Dr. Joanne Hill is the Deputy Director of Engineering and Technology at NASA Space Flight Center. She's a research scientist with extensive experience in space instrumentation. Prior to joining NASA, she served as a senior scientist at University Space Research Association. She has a doctorate from the University of Leicester in United Kingdom. Yes, indeed, she is one of our awardees for this afternoon, the Top 20 Global Women of Excellence 2023. Ms. Hill, would you like to say a few words?
So I'm honored and humbled to be given the award. I would like to thank Congressman Jackson and Congressman Davis for giving me the award. I work for NASA, and diversity, inclusion, and equity is one of our core values, and I look forward to increasing that through the digital future, that and enabling our future missions. And so thank you very much for the award, and I appreciate being asked to be here today.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Hill.
Thank you so much.
Jonathan Jackson and Dr. BJ for his vision and all of the hard work that he does and put forth others before him to make sure that everyone is secure. But the hard work that the congressmen, that they do is so important because they are making a difference. They're working together to ensure that we have a better world to live in. Today, I would like to congratulate and salute all of the women around the world on this day. This work is so important to me. I am humbled to be able to receive this award because every day I rise to the occasion to meet the challenges, to help people that are suffering with their mental health. And so thank you for recognizing my work.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Green. Our next awardee is Dr. Sharada Purna Sonti. She is an academician, a singer, a writer, and a published author in multiple languages. She holds 3 doctorate degrees in Sanskrit, musicology, and languages. She has authored 28 publications, and she is also recently was awarded at the GSA India 75 Expo. and she is the founder of Sapna, an organization that promotes Indian cultural art forms. Ms. Sonti, would you like to say a few words?
Our next awardee is Sherry Husa, President and CEO at Meridian Health Plan of Illinois. Mr. Husa has more than 30 years of experience in the healthcare industry. Ms. Husa is a seasoned healthcare executive with a particular depth of knowledge in medical management and provider networking contracting. Please welcome Sherry Husa.
Jonathan Jackson has to go. We are going to make all the awardees, and the awardees will speak after that. Let's make an announcement.
Since our Congressman, Jonathan Jackson, has to leave early, we would like all the awardees to talk to us a little later. First, we'll do the awards, and then they will do the...
Our next awardee is Ms. Reena Bharadwaj. She's the White House correspondent for ANI. Previously, she worked for CNN New Delhi. She's a broadcast journalist, anchor, and producer.
Hello, madam, please can you turn?
Our next awardee is Mary Barthelson. An accomplished system engineer in the space industry, she serves as a principal system engineer at SAIC, where she designs the architecture of space systems. She advocates for low-income families in Fairfax County, promoting STEM education and supporting resettlement of refugees. In 2023, she entered the Virginia House delegate race to represent District 7 on a platform to reduce housing insecurity, ensure access to mental health services, and address the challenges and opportunities presented by technology. Please and operates multiple home healthcare agencies. Presenting Dr. Rani Yusufzai.
Everybody, please. Congressman, please.
Our next awardee is Dr. Anupama Guttikumukala, who is the past president of API, which represents 150,000 Indian American physicians throughout America. She's a pediatric anesthesiologist working in San Antonio, Texas. She was in the forefront of API's COVID relief efforts to India during her tenure as API Treasurer, Secretary, Vice President, and President-elect. She has reformed and transformed API, which is the largest professional medical society after AMA in USA.
Our next awardee is Zoe Ma. Zoe Ma is a Chinese American and holds a master's in business administration. She outreaches underserved inner city youth for violence prevention through Gandhi King Center, which is located in Inglewood. She is an investor and she fights for the EB-5 arbitration specialist. She's a passionate human rights activist and continues to assist the government agencies in investigating the EB-5 visa fraud. Please put your hands together for Zoe Ma.
Our next awardee is Catherine Thorat. She works as a realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty in Chicago. She's also a commissioner of the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition. She was recently awarded as the top producer in her company at the International Sterling Society Awards. She's a community volunteer and always happy to help people that are in need of assistance.
Our next awardee is Dr. Kathy Suber. Dr. Kathy Suber has a successful chiropractic practice in Naperville, Illinois. Her practice helps patients of all ages. And the most beautiful thing about her is she hosts a podcast called Socket Plug Into You. I was a founder of Branch Moms community that has about 60,000 local moms and who mentor each other and has a mission to never let moms feel alone in the journey of motherhood. She's serving on a lot of boards currently, including she's a chairman of the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce. Presenting Dr. Kathy Suber.
We now have our next awardee, Pratibha Jairath, who is the founder and chairperson of Vidya Jyoti, a non-profit organization serving underprivileged children. She's a talented singer who has entertained audience with her expressive style of singing. She's also a business owner with a passion to serve the community. Please welcome the Nightingale of Chicagoland, Ms. Pratibha Jairath.
Captain DJ, please.
That concludes the awards. We would like to now invite Dr. Sharada Sonti to say her remarks.
Request them an extension.
And thank you to all the congressmen for being here in spite of your busy schedules and making it possible to be present for the award ceremony.
Each of the awardees will get an opportunity to respond to your remarks. So we'll start with Dr. Sharda Sonti.
Respected guests and our national leaders who inspire us all the time. Their presence, their leadership is what making us move forward. I'm holding this for the entire galaxy of womanhood and our national leaders reminding us that we need to be more than women, human. Let us all be human. That is what equality is. And I'm very grateful and thankful, and I will take this reminder with me along all of you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you again. It started from a very little thing. I do everything from my heart. I wanted to give some children who were unprivileged and could not afford education to help them. And it has enabled me to, it has impacted a lot of kids, what we are doing. We are going to be doing in US, locally here, and hopefully worldwide soon. So thank you again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pratibha Jairath. I now request Shari Husa to come and share a few words.
Thank you. Well, just wanted to say a huge thanks to Dr. VJP and to Congressman Danny Davis for all the work they're doing for the two organizations represented here. You know, I just can't think of a better day to celebrate than International Women's Day. When I think about the first CEO of the company I work for, which is the Centene Corporation, our first CEO was a woman who grew up as an orphan when orphanages actually existed. She found success later in life and was tapped by an inner city hospital in Milwaukee to found the first Medicaid managed care organization in the state of Wisconsin. Her vision and mission was to provide health care to low-income women and children. And I'd say she succeeded. Today I work for the Centene Corporation. We insure 27 million people in this country. We have a better day to celebrate Elizabeth A. Betty Bryn than today, International Women's Day. Thank you.
That is wonderful. I now invite Melanie Fernando, who is with Aetna Better Health of Illinois.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here and honored to be a recipient of this award. When I think about International Women's Day, I think of all of the amazing women that I know in my life, and also particularly my mother, whom I think a lot of people already said. My mother came from Sri Lanka in the late 80s, and She came from a family where no one had ever been to college, no woman had ever had a professional career, and that was her aspiration. And so she was the first woman in our family, and I'm the second woman in our family to actually attain a college degree and be a woman in a leadership position. So I'm so thrilled to have this honor, and thank you, Dr. Prabhakar, for this nomination. And although a lot of progress has been made in the arena of equity, there's still work to be done. So I encourage all of us as leaders and women in leadership to continue the great work of achieving and working towards equity and recognizing that not everyone has the opportunities that we were afforded. So to reach out to other women and ensure that they know that they too can live fulfilling, successful lives and can flourish as we did. So thank you, all of you.
Thank you so much, Melanie Fernando. I now invite Dr. Mercedes Martinez.
I'm speechless. I give all the glory to God and, of course, Congressman Danny Davis and Dr. Prabhakar and all the jury, and happy International Women's Day. And I just would be remiss to say that I received this award, and I'll never forget it. As long as I live, I'm so just overwhelmed at being invited and included. I would remind those folks to please keep Choate Mental Health Center in Illinois first and foremost in their mind, as there were atrocities that were committed, neglect, abuse, and that should end in all state of, and State Rep Charles Meyer, his bill is help protect us and improve our home. So please, for the legislators, keep this in mind. There are people suffering, and there is something called linguistic inequity. In other words, those that are non-English proficient who are marginalized.
The honor given to me and to top 20 women leaders in their own achievements. And thank you, Dr. Prabhakar, Shri Usha, who called me and reached me out first person, and the congressman who just left, and everyone, happy International Women's Day. This is a celebration for all of us, celebrating our achievements here, and also communicating with other successful people here in this room. So I don't know what's inside you all, so now I know who you are, and it's such a wave of encouragement going on for every one of us. But let me introduce myself. I served as president of American Association of Physicians of Indian origin. This is a very large association with maybe more than 100,000 physicians practicing here in United States. And we say like 1 in 7 patients in the United States is being managed by an Indian physician. So that's the strength of the Indian doctors here. But we all do humble job, especially during the COVID time. That was a hard time for all of us to serve the sickest dying patients. And it was very stressful. And now all our physicians are dealing with physician burnout issues. But anyway, during the COVID times, AAPI did a lot of good works, raised more than 5 million fundraising and supplied 60 villages so far, giving them the physician care and labs and everything, and we are still ongoing. So finally, we want to develop guidelines, preventive task force guidelines for no one should be going to the doctor when they are only sick. They should go like annual physical visits, what we have here. So we don't have that in India. So that's what I'm working on right now. But it's such a great opportunity to meet all of you, and thank you so much. And God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Anupama, for all your efforts during the pandemic. I now invite Mary.
Thank you for joining us for celebrating International Women's Day and for being part of this special occasion. It is an honor to be one of the women recognized by our representatives from Illinois and for our unique and accomplished work. This is better than The Bachelor. As an engineer in the space industry and a community volunteer, I have had the privilege of meeting and learning from incredible women who have made significant contributions to various fields, including science, medicine, and politics. These women have served as pillars of strength in in their communities and have inspired me to pursue my own dreams while being resilient in the face of adversity. I believe that it is important for women to support and uplift each other and to encourage one another to pursue their passions and goals. By doing so, we can create a world where every woman has the opportunity to succeed regardless of their background or their circumstances. On this International Women's Day, let us celebrate the achievements of women everywhere and continue to work towards gender equality. Thank you.
Thank you, and also wanted to say that she has just entered the race for the Virginia House.
I believe first year that I joined Dr. Vijay Prabhakar and under his leadership and Congressman Danny Davis, the first year that I was around was in 2014. And throughout the years, I've been humbled and honored to meet all these women that I come across. I actually every year look forward to meeting such wonderful women of different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different educational backgrounds, but every year it's been very colorful. And every year there's a different theme. However, what I've noticed, what is common is in every single theme, there's always women that shine in different companies, and they accomplish so much. And as far as my business, I'm in healthcare, and about 95% of the companies that we run, the employees are women. Women do such a great job in healthcare and many other fields, and I'm honored, Dr. Vijay, for having me, and Congressman Danny Davis, Congressman Raja, and Congressman Jackson. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I now invite Dr. Kathy Saber. Something unique about her is she runs something called the Branch Community, and where women can turn to women, and you never feel left out. So please welcome Dr. Kathy Saber.
Thank you, Sita. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to thank the representatives, the congressmen, our host organizations, Sita for the nomination, and my husband, Jason, for being my biggest cheerleader. It's funny, when I was growing up, I was never told I couldn't be anything I wanted to be. My mom and my dad instilled in me that I could dream big and I could achieve anything that I had in my head. And those seeds were planted very early on. As I went through my teen years, I had a number of significant losses, and I lost that childhood, youthful confidence. I went into a bit of a mild depression, and I lived many years feeling very...
I'd like to thank Dr. Vijay for organizing this event to bring a coalition of successful women from different ethnic backgrounds to this capital on this important day. Dr. Vijay, you are such an inspiration and a visionary. I'm very happy to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of women around the world. Whether we are a teenage girl, a single mother, women entrepreneurs, or women corporate officer, each of us has overcome many obstacles to be what we are today. We as women deserve recognition. I'm an entrepreneur. I started working for myself after I received my second master's degree in 2001 in business administration. Being self-employed for over 20 years, I built my business in 3 different industries: in real estate development, assisted living operation, and the EB-5 litigation consulting. I'm a first-generation immigrant who came to America alone 28 years ago with only $40 in my pocket. My personal achievement can inspire young women and single mothers. The path to empowerment is through entrepreneurship. To achieve a more equitable society, we need to have a fair representation of women and minorities in our government and in the corporate world. We need to lift up more women, particularly minority women. I'm very happy to share this journey with you, my fellow sisters. Together, we will make this world a better place. I dedicate this award to the women of Chinese descent all over the world. I appeal to all the honorable members of the U.S. government and to each of the powerful men and women in this room to join me in the effort to improve the U.S.-China relationship for the world peace and prosperity. God bless America.
Respected, most intelligent and most influential leaders around here, I feel very privileged and honored today that I'm surrounded by most intellectual people over here. There's so much to learn. And today is a day that I have to mark in my calendar. I am almost about to cry because it's 25 years of journey to get this honor. And seeing this United States and the rose given by a congressman, award given by another congressman. These are the tears of happiness, and let this flow. And today I really want to talk with my heart, and I hope everybody please listen. It's 25 years of an Asian minority woman, working 25 years in the United States, walking from Austin, Texas to Washington, D.C. is not easy. There were days that when I was serving on Asian Chamber of Commerce as a board of directors, they said Asian woman doesn't speak. I'm a change maker. When I was about to pitch my product, our Arctic Inc., it's an artificial intelligence predictive analytics hiring platform, before 9 Department of Defense DoD scouts, I was scared to pitch. I said my husband to pitch. My DoD scout, Bijo Matthew, said, no, Usha, this is woman-owned organization. You have to pitch. I prepared and I went pitch. After that moment, I have been a keynote speaker on national organizations. I never stopped talking. Yes, I never stopped talking. I want to make an impact. And my success story is because there are so many amazing influential leaders who have been my mentors. Amazing federal programs that gave me education. I came to this country with master's and bachelor's in computer science, but I have done over a dozen executive MBA courses, federally funded, USA Emerging Leaders 2018, Goldman Sachs 10,000 National Babson College cohort, and I'm doing the NMSDC Excellence cohort, and I've finished Tuck Ivy League Diverse Business Program, UT Austin McCombs Artificial Intelligence. Anything that I need for my business, I just learn. I make myself as a student. I'm ready to learn from this angle. We've been told in Asian culture that women should be not speak, should not laugh. But today I'm really, really applauding. If the fathers from this young age can teach the women to speak, we can write policies. We can write books like how another woman has written Shapt. And I feel we can be the change makers today. And I'm here today because an amazing, influential, visionary husband has told me, giving me 51% in the business, you lead the business. That's my husband, Sri Rao Budapo here. And today I'm here because another influential leader, Vijay Prabhakar, has recognized that I'm here being nominated. And today I'm here because the other 4 congressmen took their time. They're not being elected for all these events, but they do respect women that have come all the way here. And I have to respect their time and let them do their work. They're not here for take pictures. And they have been elected to create policies, to write policies, to serve us. And if we all think today like this, we can be change makers. We can be sitting on the Congresswoman. We can make policy changes like Kamala Harris, who made an impact in this world. I remember every day, early morning, 6 a.m., I went to City of Austin downtown, 2 hours driving in the homelessness committee. I was the only Asian woman along with the mayor sitting on the committee. I made an impact in going and making Project Connect because my next door neighbor, 16-year most respected Mayor Steve Adler, and looking forward to do more community services. And please, anybody need any help? My purpose of life is to serve and social responsibility, giving back to community. Thank you so much.
Because it shows in my picture.
I'm so humbled and honored to receive this award. First, I want to give all the glory and honor to my Almighty God, because without His help, you're nobody. And I just thank Him that each and every day He gives me His wisdom, knowledge, understanding. His Holy Spirit leads me to be a woman of excellence. As His word says, you shall be the head and not the tail. He has helped me to be a head, and I'm thankful for that. At this time, I know Congressman Danny Davis had to leave, but I just want to acknowledge that he has always encouraged women. He has empowered us by honoring them, giving them all the support and all the respect. And thank you to Congress Danny Davis and all the other congressmen who were with us and who are with us. I also want to acknowledge Dr. Vijay Prabhakar, who is a dynamic, hardworking person who works 24/7 and makes all this event. Without his help, this event would not, all these events are not successful. He is the man behind all this. So thank you to him. A big shout out to him. I also want to thank the jury committee. And as we know that we are celebrating Women's Day. So I just want to let you know what the word woman stands for. The W stands for the wheel of family. The O is the ocean of knowledge. The M is mirror of children. The A is the address of love. And N, she's a navigator of lifeboat. So all the, I salute all the women and happy Women's Day to everyone.
Thank you very much, Kathy Thorak. Congratulations to all the top 20 women of excellence today. We have with us the Honorable Congresswoman Delia Ramirez from the 3rd District of Illinois, who just made it in time. And before she addresses us, we'd like to present her, please come forward, ma'am, the Edward Lilly Prabhakar Centenary Award. I'll request Sri Gursami, the Secretary General of the American
Women's Day. It is so beautiful to see so many faces that I got to see on Saturday at Hillside. I want to thank you for making it happen, for the way that we continue to ensure that women, right, are at the center and they're partners with all of us in moving legislation, in making a difference in the world. And as you acknowledged, the women here today, they are movers and shakers. They are mothers, they are partners, they are leaders, and they are who are helping us move and progress as a country. So I want to say thank you. I've only been in office for about 50 days or so, and as I sat in committee hearing today, and there was a moment where I was at the Veteran Affairs Committee, and I looked to the left, and I looked to the right, and I realized that I was the only woman in the hearing. It was all men, mostly white men, but I was the only woman there. And I thought, it is so important that we are here. There are more women in the committee, but many had to go to other committees. But why the voice of all of us is so important. And I can't say enough to thank the Global Magazine, Congressman Danny Davis, Congressman Jonathan Jackson, and Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy, who I get to work with, which I believe is the best delegation in the entire country, the Illinois delegation. So welcome to Washington, D.C. Welcome to the Capitol. My office is in Longworth building in the 5th floor. Come and visit 1523. Thank you again. I look forward to doing much with you. Thank you.
Good evening. It's exciting being here at the Rayburn House building, where we just witnessed 5 congressmen present and honor the top 20 global women of excellence. Richa, thank you for being here from the Global ITV. And it's been a moment of celebration to honor these women who are courageous, the women who dared to dream, the women who dared to conceive, the women who dare to commitment and dare to have the courage and dare to have the honor of being the top 20 global women of excellence. This couldn't have been possible without Sita Bala, the awards jury's chair, who carefully curated the proceedings and had about 15 different ethnicities represented in the top 20 global women. We had Shri Gursami as the Secretary General of the American Multi-Ethnic Coalition, has done another wonderful event. We would like to tell you all to look at the Global Eye magazine, which reaches 42 million people, will have an in-depth coverage of this 11th annual International Congressional Women's Day event honoring the top 20 global women of excellence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. VGP, as you're fondly called everywhere, known as Dr. VGP. You rock. You have made this event so special by honoring the global 20 top women of excellence, and Shri and Sita Bala. You are, there are no words, like the way you have been working for the past 1 month maybe to make this happen, right? So congratulations on hosting this beautiful event for the women out there.
We had a very wonderful event with all the congressmen here at the Rayburn building. Accomplished top 20 women were honored. These women are breaking all barriers, accomplishing, things in so many different fields: medicine, space technology, IT industry, service industry, and there's even one woman who's actually running for the Virginia State House. So congratulations to all the top 20, and you can look for the coverage in the Global Eye magazine for more details on this award recipients. Thank you so much.
We would also like to hear from you, Sita Bala.
Yeah, it was a very successful event where there were like at least 5 or 6 verticals that were represented, and such successful women who took time off to be with us this evening, because they're basically unsung heroes, I would say. And thank you to Dr. Vijay Prabhakar for identifying and nominating these women of excellence who've been shining in different fields. It was an honor to be with the 5 Congress men who are with us today to celebrate this woman on this International Women's Day.